Wow, guys, what a weekend we just had. From the historic Bitcoin halving and the runes that came with it to the nearly 15 or 16 hours of live streams we did here together on Inside NFTs. I gotta say, I'd probably put this past few days here in my top 10 moments here since I've been in NFTs. So let me lead here by saying thank you guys, all that thanks to you. Getting to experience the Bitcoin halving, this milestone moment with you all, man, just such a treat. So thank you guys for hanging this weekend. Now this morning, we're gonna get into the NFT market, but of course we gotta get into the Bitcoin halving and the runes that came with it, because we're gonna see exactly the impact it's had on this NFT market, and it was significant. But guys, before we dive in, make sure you're following CryptoSlam over on X. You guys know we're cooking, and we got a lot of big stuff coming here for you. And if you want to make sure to not miss these live streams, well, you got to be subscribed to Inside NFTs here on YouTube. Again, tons of fun with you guys. We're going to keep doing more and more of those live streams. And hey, pro tip, we got a live show coming today at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. Stick around to the end, and I'll give you details on that. For now, though, let's get right to the NFT market, starting with the Forecast 500 NFT index. You can see here the value of the market is down yet again. You can see we've lost another 0.54% of the market's value here. Now that's just in the past 24 hours. And you can see here, looking at the past 7 days, man, we are down over 8%. So clearly NFT traders have had their focus pulled elsewhere. A lot of liquidity coming out of the NFT market. It is going to meme coins. It is going to runes. And obviously in that general Bitcoin Ordinals ecosystem, man, that's hot. Now with an event as significant as the Bitcoin halving, it is really hard to make price predictions here. I don't know if you were predicting higher or lower Bitcoin. And truthfully, I can't even tell you my prediction. I don't remember what it was. But here you see, we're actually well up since the halving. Right now with Bitcoin over $66,000, up almost 2% here in the past 24 hours. Ethereum very similar here, up almost 2%, $3,200 right now. BNB up almost 4.5%. Solana up 2.77%. So in general, crypto looking fantastic right now. Now, if you caught the live stream this weekend, we did talk a lot about fees on Bitcoin and how much of an impact it would have on the NFT market. I'm happy to say fees have come way down. We're almost back to normal at this point. And actually, you see that visualized perfectly here. The spike in fees at the halving block, and that's because you had all these projects who were trying to etch the very first batch of runes. Some of those fees that were paid were astronomical, and in fact, some of them in the top 5 to 10 all-time fees paid on Bitcoin. But at least here today, you see we're well below last week's average. Don't be surprised if Ordinal sales start cooking again. And you do see it already with fees lower. People are definitely trading NFTs again. Now, you see this right here on Saturday with those basically record high fees. Well, with it came the yearly low for NFT sales, just 20 million. And as fees came down, you see sales ramping back up. Yesterday, 26.7 million in cross-chain sales. Unique sellers up ever so slightly, unique buyers down, transactions down, average sale price climbing just a bit, and trade profits finally have popped back into the positive here, 440,000 yesterday, and today over 500,000 in the positive, so we're heading in the right direction here. Now, Sundays also bring us the close of the weekly data period, and here you see last week we finished with 225 million in cross-chain sales, so clearly huge impact from Bitcoin, from the halving, from those high fees. But your silver lining there is unique sellers were up, unique buyers were up big, transactions up, average sale price down, that's what's offsetting those sales. But those trade profits, yeah, they did finish in the negative last week for the first time in about 9 weeks here. But hopefully this week we have a much better week ahead of us. That's kind of what I think is coming. Now, as far as what's moving the market here in the past 24 hours, you've got the general Ordinals collection back on top with 5.7 million in sales. They're followed by the Degenerate Ape Academy, Node Monkeys, Bored Ape Yacht Club, D-Market, Mad Lads, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Tokyo, ETH Lizards, and Solana Monkey Business rounds out your top 10. Now, if you were watching yesterday morning's live stream, we saw that Ethereum had flipped Bitcoin in daily sales volume, and we attributed that to the fees on Bitcoin still being high, right? But remember we said when fees come right back down, well, Bitcoin's going to flip Ethereum pretty much instantly, and you see that playing out here already with fees coming down. Bitcoin is here back on top. Now, finally, we have some top sales that are not Bitcoin bundles of BRC20s. It's not even Ordinals, but yeah, we've got some CryptoPunks here as your top 1 and 2 sales. You see Punk 1123 and Punk 2418. Well, those are selling for 50 ETH and 48 ETH respectively. And yes, we do have some BRC20 bundles here in the top 10, but CryptoPunk's clearly taking the crown here in the top collectible rankings. Getting deeper into the Bitcoin ecosystem, that is just where the action and attention is right now. But you see Runestone's down all the way to 0.034. Tell you what, I was expecting that. In fact, I called that price yesterday because yesterday is the day we got the snapshot for Runestone holders to be included in the Dog Go to Moon rune drop. So yeah, remember, Dog Go to the Moon is the rune that comes with a runestone. So think of it like this. If you were holding your runestone to get that Dog Go to the Moon token, that rune, but once the snapshot was taken, you have extracted that value. You got what you were in for. Okay, so a lot of people selling up that used runestone to get into some other collections. Tell you what though, those people might not realize that there's 2 more rune drops coming from Leonidas. One coming later this year, one coming possibly next year. But also there's a bunch of airdrops coming from other projects, other rune creators, and they're going to these rune runestones. But anyway, that 0.03 floor, exactly what we predicted yesterday on the show. Now, I don't love using the word blue chip, but I'm going to do it here because you're seeing those premium blue chip collections in the Bitcoin ecosystem. I'm talking Bitcoin puppets, I'm talking node monkeys, I'm talking quantum cats, and OMB as well. Yeah, you're seeing those collections floor prices rocket this weekend. Quantum cats getting as high as 0.51, 0.52 Bitcoin, and now node monkeys and puppets coming back over 0.4. These guys were in the 0.3 range this weekend. Really interesting though, watching money flow from the rune facing collections now back to the PFP collections, because there's a lot of belief, there's a lot of hope that more rune drops are coming to those premium collections. And yes, as far as I've seen out there and as far as I've heard, there are more coming. Now guys, here's a list of the first runes getting etched this weekend, and man, again, what a blast that was to watch unfold. You've got Uncommon Goods, which came from Casey Rodomore, the creator of runes, the creator of Ordinals, in fact. And then Fehu here at number 2, which was a total surprise, a complete mystery at first, but we did learn that a portion of that supply is getting airdropped to runestone holders, to RSIC holders, and I believe 1 or 2 other projects. Next, you have Decentralized, which is the Cyberkong's Promethean rune, and then Dog Go to the Moon, which is the Runestone's rune. Now, I can tell you both Leonidas with Dog Go to the Moon and the Cyberkongs with Decentralized, well, they paid a small fortune to get etched that high. Number 2 and number 3, technically, because Uncommon Goods is considered rune number 0. But the Cyberkongs paid around $500,000 to get their etch that high. And Leonidas, I think, somewhere in the $300,000 to $400,000 range. Here you see RSIC is the number 7 rune, and Lobo the Wolf Pup is from that rune door. So really cool connecting the actual Ordinal collection to the rune side. And man, just gonna be a blast to see how this all shakes out. I will say right now, a lot of talk out there that this dropped at the rune ecosystem kinda underwhelming. And of course, Udi has been preaching that it would be for weeks now. In fact, he said the experience would be exactly like BRC20s, and to be honest, he's totally right. And then you have Leo here with his thoughts. No, not Leonidas, but Leo, great dude here. So Leo here sharing his thoughts about runes and just how there was such an unhealthy amount of hype going into it. Personally, I don't think it was unhealthy. I think it was warranted. But guys, well worth reading a couple of these threads here. These guys put a lot of time into these threads, and there is some great insights here. And he's pointing out some very obvious things that should get you bullish on the future of runes. Things like the amount of people who are onboarded to Bitcoin now through runes. It was fantastic. Also comments about infrastructure getting built out, guys, like the Magic Eden marketplace. We'll get to that. And just a fun new technology out in the wild, out in the ecosystem to play with. Man, you get these tools, you get these assets in people's hands, and you see what they build from there. That's what's happening. Now, if you want to track runes or if you want to trade runes, here's some great resources for you. You can go to OKX and you can actually trade here if you're outside of the US. Right now, I'm using it to track market cap and prices. And you see right here, RSIC is your top dog with a $262 million market cap. And right behind that is that Satoshi Nakamoto rune, which early rune, it's got a fantastic name. And by the way, guys, once a name is etched, nobody else can take it. So there will not be another Satoshi Nakamoto rune. There is only one, and that one's damn near the top of the list already. So very cool. So guys, have fun. Use this great resource, browse, see what's going on in the ecosystem, see what coins got the most holders. Now you can also use Gate.io, not in the United States either though. So Unisat.io, that's what I've been using to trade on. And yeah, if this looks familiar as far as the layout, it's because you are probably trading BRC20s here. And again, these trade the exact same way as BRC20s. The only difference is, as far as I know, I've not sold any, but you're not inscribing bundles to sell. But guys, runes, just a ton of fun so far. And now we wait for the new platforms to get in the mix, like Magic Eden's marketplace, which I think in my stream I said it was coming on the 25th. Guys, the Magic Eden rune marketplace is coming tomorrow. So will this be a game changer? Is this going to let us trade runes in a way that you can't do on Unisat, can't do on OKX? We're waiting to see, but I think they may have a trick up their sleeve here. And maybe just as significant, we got this tease from Binance. Yeah, guys, I think this is them teasing rune integration as well. So guys, on the rune front, a lot to be excited about. I think we got a fantastic week ahead of us for this stuff. Also, let me remind you, Magic Eden integrates base on the 25th. That's probably why I had the 25th in my head. So this is probably a good time to tell you, though, I am sensing maybe a shift back to NFTs. And I'm not talking about NFTs that get you a meme coin that gets you a rune. No, I'm talking about good old-fashioned PFPs and art. Yes, without being able to give you some specific reasons why here yet, I am definitely sensing some kind of sentiment change here. Okay, now aside from runes and ordinals, which I think has got like 90% of traders' mindshare right now, there are a few things happening out there. Nothing major, though. We do see here that the Trumps still love NFTs for whatever reason. And this Mother's Day, Melania Trump is dropping her latest NFT. Now, what she's dropping is a physical customizable necklace, and that's coming again on Mother's Day, May 12th. Now, that necklace is going to come with a limited edition digital collectible on Solana. That means it's an NFT. So I want to say this is now Melania Trump's third NFT. Could be more, actually. But again, the Trumps, they love NFTs. For whatever reason, they get it. And guys, Manchester City has been all about NFTs for years now. And so they're coming with a new limited edition jersey. And that jersey, kind of like that necklace, is tied to an NFT. And here you see the jersey. It's called the Roses and the Bees. That's actually awesome looking. So these jerseys and NFTs, you'll find them right on the OKX market marketplace. So if you're a big football fan, soccer fan, whatever you got to call it, don't miss this one. Looks pretty cool. Now, with so many moving pieces in the space right now, you really want to stay plugged in to keep current on everything. So make sure you're tuning into our Slam Vision shows, starting today with NFT Live that's coming at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, you're going to get an interesting perspective from these guys because I'm not sure that they all got into the rune hype this weekend. So if you want a good mixed perspective here, definitely tune into NFT Live today. And then, guys, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, join Henry the Grape, the Great Joe, and myself. We are also going to be talking probably a lot about Bitcoin runes. The three of us have not gotten together since before the weekend, so we're going to rewind this whole weekend of the Bitcoin halving and the runes that followed. So it'll be great to actually dive in with Henry, get his perspective from the team point of view from the CyberKongs. What's the latest with Prometheans? What was that drop like? This is a show you definitely do not want to miss today. And then tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, a special edition of the Little Noun Show. Because, guys, today, no guest, we are going to spend some extra time digging into this NFT market. Again, with what's happening on Ordinals and the new dynamic here with runes, and also this sense that things are shifting back to NFTs. Well, yeah, it just makes sense to have an episode that is focused on the market itself here. I know a lot of people out there have a lot of questions. That's what we're going to get into today. So again, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, make sure you catch us on the Little Noun Show live. And then, fam, tomorrow morning, I will be back with your NFT market update. We'll get into all the latest happenings. Remember, if it's happening in NFTs, I'm bringing you inside. Until the next time, I'll see ya.